thank you, Associated Press, for helping us get the message out. We really appreciate you for doing that. We'll talk about the photos and the little... You owe us one. I know you do. We're being friendly about it, and I know you guys know. But, yeah. We'll talk later. We'll need you in a little bit. Let's just put it that way. All love, really. There's no sarcasm there. I know sometimes I have a sarcastic sense of humor. So we really appreciate that. And we've been able to turn tragedy into triumph, my trademark signature, mantra. It's not easy to do. I'm not saying, oh, just put on a happy face, Something's wrong with you if you just do that, right? I'm not saying not to cry. I'm not saying not to struggle. I'm saying to find the beauty within all of that garbage you go through. That's one thing my enemies didn't realize, that, and they're starting to be believers in Christ because there's no explanation on how we've been able to triumph so much. And it's scaring them, which is good. But, don't do what Judas did. You know what Judas did? Go read the Bible. That was fear. That was the fear and shame that leads to physical death. Look what Peter did. He bore the same emotions and basically was denying the Christ. It's Christmas, we can talk about Christ now, right? So, there's a lot to learn from both of those. So, to my enemies, model your life and be like Peter. Ask for forgiveness. Move forward in a healthy, good way. Don't just move on. Just you got to deal with it. You have to. Make things right. That's always a good thing to do. Hey, we make mistakes. How many of you seen me make? It's the intention behind it too that matters. And boy, we are good at finding out people's intentions behind matters, and so are our friends in high places. So, just make sure your intentions were right too, and do your best. So there's forgiveness to be had, and that's what the Red Ribbons is about. When I was doing my Red Ribbons movement and my movement of coming forward and sharing, it was never meant to purposefully, angrily, you can be angry but sin not, but I'm seeing people in their anger and they're sinning and just massacring people in every sense of the word. Maybe, I don't know about physically what that word means, massacre. I don't mean it like that. If other people did, I don't go there, whatever. Not my style, for sure. But it was meant to be a forgiveness thing. And yet it was not meant to be a religious Christian owned only thing either. You guys, some of you, very disappointing. I'm on the side of whoever was harmed, of course. That should go without saying. But I do not like seeing people massacring each other in name, in subject, in reputation, and it's really, it wasn't meant as a vendetta. You can get even and get restitution in a very good, healthy way. I didn't go around trying to ruin my grandfather. Did he deserve it? Some say yes. I don't know. So I just want you guys to think about that. And I grapple with it every day on different levels. Some days I'm like, you know what? Yeah, but I'm healed. Having setbacks does not mean it unravels your testimony. It's called being human. And we are allowed constitutionally and God-given, we're allowed to express emotions and have not good days, and we're allowed to have extremely good days. God uses people in their weakness and in their strength too. He uses everybody on every level. He even uses evil people to accomplish his will. That's a hard one. Okay, let's get on the happy side again. I can go deep. I like going there. This is so much fun for me, but Merry Christmas, right? We're trying to be a little bit more up. But that is something to think about. My red ribbons, does it tie into Christmas? Yeah, it does, because there's certain things that have and haven't been revealed in my story. There's still so much to share. And upon certain people passing this year and talking with other people, more has been illuminated. And we've been given like evidence, like in factual, hard, substancing. And I have to face that element of truth, saying, okay, this has just become a bigger part of my story, and it's just going to be more beautiful because of that. And the red ribbons and Christmas are very connected. I know I made a video saying I really didn't want to connect the two together, but unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, it's part of my story. The whole thing with Christmas and the red ribbons, and I'll say this: it's beautiful. And you read my books, you'll see. And I'm very also proud of the fact that I was able to embrace these things. Okay, so I got all of that. I don't want to say out of the way, but out of the way. Let's look at what a touchstone is, beautifuls and beloveds. So we looked up the definition in the Cambridge Dictionary, what's the other one? Webster's, Merriam-Webster's Dictionary, and we had a whole bunch of other sources, biblically, faith-based. It means a lot of different things, but it is mostly a measurement tool to set a standard. And you can use it, or people did use it, and maybe you can use it still, I don't know, I'm not all into this stuff, but you can use it to test the elements, to test the gems, gold, and by using a touchstone, something like you scratch it up against some other type of rock, the touchstone, and if it matches or measures up to it. In other words, you're looking for something refined, and it sets an example, and that's really, really good. So we like to be that touchstone. I like to be that touchstone. Not perfection. Come on, guys. Don't set us up so high that we, stumble and fall. We're human. But we do like to. But being human, we have to reach for a higher form of touchstone, and that's for us. For some of us, it's just God. For some of us, it's God and Jesus Christ. Some it's just Jesus. Some it's just their mentor, or I don't know, somebody they're inspired by. The civil rights movement, I think everybody can say one of the bigger figures in that movement was Martin Luther King, right? I mean, nice touchstone. He had his faith in the Lord, and amazing gentleman. He was gone too soon, of course. I think we all are gone too soon, but I thought it was such a beautiful movement and a touchstone. And so that's also what I want the symbolism of the red ribbons to be as well. A touchstone to not only how I overcame so much tragedy, not just for it to symbolize the sexual molestation triumph, also to symbolize all the other things that I've gone through. So what has happened is that a lot of people have been writing and thanking me, saying I now tie a red ribbon onto I do this too, purse straps. Sometimes I do it on my bra, like if I'm dancing or something. It reminds me how far I've come. But please don't think that a red ribbon is going to protect you. Please, because that is what was placed upon me and my mother. Obviously, it didn't protect us from anything. It's just a red ribbon. You can't take the symbolism and use it as like some kind of mystical, magical superhero force, okay? And be careful too, and we write about this in our books, the connection. It's just meant to be a touchstone even for children too, to be symbolically understood. The heroine, Noelle Rose, my namesake, she uses them and she has magical powers It's set in a magical world, okay? Parents, you need to explain to your children that red ribbons won't keep them protected. It's just a symbol of overcoming, a symbol of love. The red ribbons are a symbol of love too. And so when she dances with her red ribbons, Noelle Rose, just like I do, it's a symbol of giving from the self and loving. So, you know, if I start dancing with my red ribbons, the world is not all of a sudden going to become a happy place. But maybe I can reach one heart and enlighten them. You see what I mean? In the book, everything around her just becomes beautiful. It's her superpower. And love is one of the strongest things about me. Don't test it. People are finding that out too. All biblical, guys. But it's the beauty from having gone through so much garbage and being able to say, I'm not going to let it change me for the worse. I'm going to be an example. I'm going to try to be that touchstone for other people now. And so there you have it. And yeah, there's a lot of companies that call themselves Touchstone this, Touchstone that, you know. God bless you. Hopefully you're in right standing with God. That's all I can say. Beautiful ideas. Now, also Touchstone, getting back to the definition of it, what it also can mean in the spiritual sense or the emotional sense, an emotional touchstone is reaching out to that someone to ground you again if you're in the midst of trouble. So let's say, this is all copyright. I don't want to see one element of this in somebody's book. Okay, it is also in my book, and we're going to have some words to share. And a lawsuit. Please, guys, we are filing lawsuits against people. But no joke. Just because it takes us a little time to get everything together does not mean it's not going to happen or something. We are being that thorough. In other words, concrete. You cannot refute it. It's like, see, she says this, and then this person stole those words and says the same thing, and not just like a little catchphrase, you know, repeating, you know, some pithy cliche saying that people have said throughout time. I'm talking verbatim stuff, like, you know how I'm saying things right now. People have actually, no joke, recorded it. Many different access points. Nice, huh? You guys, American people, you've got to open your eyes for what's coming. It's not pretty. And recorded them, sold them. These are third parties, but we know essentially who requested it and got it from the third parties. You know, they try to launder it in a sense, but it's not hard to figure out who and how to track it down and back. And then it showed up as like another speaker saying the same exact words. Like, okay, pretty solid, hardcore evidence. You can't refute it. You know, I'm not kidding. We record 24/7. We have to. You know, thank you, Jay Leno. It was a joke. Did you ever see that on his sketch? Oh, it was so funny. He's like, for legal purposes, I have to go around recording everything I do so people can't say I did and didn't do something. He did that bit a few times. And way back when, it gave us the idea, too. Because people try to take shots. And I'm like, they might try. Now they ain't taking any more shots. Yeah, they stopped. They have to. Seriously now. So we made a documentary film. We had it all recorded anyway. So I was like, well, we might as well inform the public, make some money, again, turn tragedy into triumph. And, you know, so every time when I was saying we're being chased down by helicopters, well, we had body cameras. You know, my friends had cell phones. Get that, look. You know, and circling us, and you can read some of the posts. I know my husband posted, right? So, anyway, so the red ribbons, it symbolizes the overcoming of that, and, you know, it's just so much stuff, you know, and we even have some things recorded where I was out dancing with my red ribbons, just impromptu, what do you call it, improv, right, just for the hell of it, and I had people flocking to me, So I'm like, okay, when we were writing the book, it was like, this is very beautiful and mystical and very God centered, you know? So there's something. I've got something. And people have been trying to say, well, you know what, we don't want to pay her, meaning me. They're changing their tune now. Yeah, it's funny when you say, you want to refute this in court or what? And it's really interesting because they were not wanting it for me. It was me, and they didn't want me for me. And the essence of my real persona, nothing you see is faked. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be eloquent. I'm not trying to be smart or stupid. Whatever happens, it's raw, real, uncensored. That is me. And they were trying to put elements, you know, the cherry picking thing. Oh, we like that. Let's put this on this person and we'll make so much money here. But she also has this element. Let's put this person on here. And look, we'll make twice the money. You know how it works, right? I worked for Aaron Spelling. I know how all this BS works, guys. Okay. Oh, I've got a whistle to blow. Just wait. Right? So I was like, BS, no way. My husband's like, BS and blankety blank. Oh, you get him mad. That's the wrong person to get mad. I'm the wrong person to get mad. But you get him mad, you really pissed them off and you're in big trouble. So all these things, red ribbons, what is it? Guys, it's just me. Do your thing. Don't take an element of my thing and try to be me. You will come across as an imposter. You may get sued by us too, which, you know, hey, that's how it goes. I'm not going to apologize that God gave me all of this stuff. He expects me to do something with it, and I'm doing big things with what I'm doing. You know, revealing truth. It is not sexy, pretty, and glamorous revealing the truth. You get people coming at you, as you can see in our pictures and videos, helicopters circling you, tracking you down, you go out to eat, they're there. My level of fame is not at that place where it warrants that, not even close. But then again, that's another story about all that fake stuff. It's publicity stunts. But I wasn't trying to do it for publicity, nor did I ever get publicity from these people doing this, obviously, because we were looking in the news to see, well, maybe it's these paparazzi. No, it was people working for marketing firms and such. Like, what the heck? It's stalking. Come on, guys. So, you know, we've gone through everything legitimately and legally. We don't operate like some of these other people do, okay? That's very wrong. You do know that there are laws protecting businesses and private citizens and people, even celebrities, from this kind of stuff. So, you know, red ribbons again. What is it? You know what? You guys are just going to have to face the facts, just like it took me a long time to do. I thought, oh my gosh, if I embrace the truth about myself, I don't want to seem like I'm prideful. And these people relied on that. She's a good Christian. She doesn't want to come across prideful, so she's not going to talk well about herself. Well, tough. You know what? It doesn't make me a better person than anybody else. That is pride, thinking that, oh, I've got all this, that makes me better than you, and look down on people and treat them like trash. No, I don't do that. But being proud, and I've had a lot of counsel, you know, professional counsel, business-wise, not counseling, not a shrink. I'm talking about professional, you know, input, legal input, and advisors and advice. And no, you know, I am very proud of who I am. I'm glad God chose me to do what I'm doing, even though it's extremely, extremely hard. The fact that I've had so many target me and target my message shows the need for it, shows how they don't want me to talk about it, that they want to take it off of me and use me as a writer only and put it on their mantle and put it on their figurehead or their spokesperson. I guarantee you that spokesperson is a fake. Real person, but once you start seeing your own words that you speak in private or that you write in your book, and then other people are regurgitating them and using them either against you or for their own intellectual property, that's a crime. That's bad. It's wrong. So the fact that I've had to fight so hard to stand up for babies are being raped. I was a baby, you know, a child baby. Even as an adult, I've had, as you know, reading my book. Yeah, there is suffering that goes along with being lifted up in that position, obviously, but we're stopping the suffering, we're stopping all this horrible stuff happening to us. They didn't think we would. Again, red ribbons. This is the most beautiful time of year, okay? I have so many beautiful things, so many relatives born this time of year, and friends and mentors, and it's not just Christmas, okay? Like I said, the Jewish faith is part of mine as well. There's all walks of life, all beliefs, faith beliefs. There's all political. Sorry, but that just totally turns me on. I can't stand politics, right? Even that, I don't think, oh, you're suffering, and I don't screen you first and say, wait, you don't believe the same thing I do, religiously, faith-based, politically, so, you know, the hand of rescue will not come your way. Don't do that. I don't do that. You know, there's been a lot of people that have taken those words and my standard and my example as me being a touchstone and have used it in the media, and I'm like, you've never said these things before. Somebody's doing it to plant them and set these people up. And they're innocent. Some of them knowingly did it. So we're warning everybody too. So guys, I'm warning you as well. Be careful what your source is. Be careful where you get it from, because a lot, I'd say about 75 to maybe 80% of a lot of stuff that has been in the media during a certain time frame, which I won't mention, it is mine. I wasn't giving it to these people. Yes, I do act as a source, but there's an agreement made, and it's only for that one thing. It doesn't all of a sudden give somebody license to say, oh, you know what, let's just pay this third party and access her private conversations, telephone calls, videos, etc., and steal from her. No, I'm always cited as the source, meaning not just quote marks put around my words, ladies and gentlemen. That's not a proper citing of the source. You have to put the name credit, okay? I am never anonymous. I own my words, good and bad. You guys know I have a temper. People piss me off, I will stand up and I will say something. In time. I choose when. Sometimes it's immediate, sometimes it's wait. You know, it depends what I want to do. But I always own my words. I own everything, you know. It's like, okay, I'm right. Or, oh, I'm wrong. Thank you for showing me the real way. I don't do it perfectly all the time, but I'm getting better, not worse. So, the red ribbons also symbolizes that triumph, personally. So a lot of people were saying, like I was saying, writing in, saying thank you because I'm using this red ribbon as a touchstone for what it symbolizes, for what I've gone through. That was supposed to be the movement. Like I said, I was not trying to destroy my grandfather's reputation. You know, he did that on his own, talk to the hand. He did that by himself. I didn't do it. I'm just saying this is how I moved forward. It took a long time, and there's still days where I don't forgive him. He's gone. Can't do anything about it now. But we were going through our mementos and photos. I was looking to see if there were any more photos I could put on my little bush tree over here, right? And actually, oh, I just want that in the corner there. That makes me happy. Nice, nice. This is one of the ribbons we used at the Lois Greenfield photo shoot. It's precious. Okay, so I had to choose to forgive my grandfather for my own sake. But anyway, we found photos. I'm like, look, the family did unite. A little shaky. But we did unite. You can see us embracing. Hard. You do that. You face the person who raped you, knowing that they raped your mother too. And yeah. And we were his favorite. Strange way to show it. And I'm not making light of this. I'm just showing you where my heart is right now while I'm talking to you, with you. It might not be there an hour from now. That's what it is to be human. But then it's your choice to choose, as Peter chose, forgive. Forgive yourself for your own actions. Forgive other people for their actions. It doesn't mean that there won't be a payment due to you, biblically speaking, or restitution, or something to bridge that brokenness. Yes, there is. There is something that can be done. But it doesn't give people license to behave in such a manner, oh, there's forgiveness, so I can screw people on purpose, knowing that there's forgiveness. That's an abuse. And God looks upon that very badly, and so does the law. So you have to keep in repentance, is what it's called. And keeping in repentance, or keeping with repentance, will be displayed in your actions and changing. I would much rather be on the side of fixing things and making things right. But it can't be any of this hint dropping BS. It has to be there, you know? Otherwise, if you don't remember the negative act, the crime, the whatever, how could there be real acceptance, forgiveness? Because it was never named, it was never said, this is what it is, this is what has to be worked on. You have to call it for what it is. Document it too. Protect yourself. Come on now. I think it's proper and fitting, it's scriptural, it's legal, it's beautiful too. So let the red ribbons be all of that. So red ribbons was meant to be a touchstone, a symbol of triumphing over tragedy, triumph over tragedy, turning tragedy to triumph. Those are all my slogan protected trademark marks. That's what it is. That's what I wanted to do. Big difference when you grow up. It's called adulting, right? The millennials call that. I think I'm actually considered. No, I'm a Gen Xer, I think. I don't know. It's so confusing. Have you seen those graphs? They have it, oh, if you were born from this year to this year, you're this. But if you were born, it's like, well, which one? Because they contradict. Whatever. I'm happy to be me, whatever I am. I am Noelle Rose. How's that? So, I want to be able to extend the hand of forgiveness and model myself after that touchstone in which the red ribbon is meant to be. It's also a memento and a memory for those who have fallen because of this quest. As I found out, going through and talking to certain people, and yes, before they passed on, and the things that were revealed to me, there's more with this red ribbon story, which is coming out in my next book. Copyright. All this is copyright. You touch nothing of it. Nothing. It's be inspired, but don't take. I am not offering this as a free cheese platter. Here, have a sample. No. My gift to you is to inspire your heart to be free. Not to steal my stuff, take it, prop it on somebody else, and you make money off of it. That would be a crime. And it's punishable. And yeah. A lot more to that. Oh my gosh. This makes me so happy. So, the touchstone for the red ribbon also symbolizes that, you know what? Truth is coming out, and we stand for truth. Not perceptive truth, but factual truth. We need that in our lives. We need more of that in our lives. That is very healing for our lives and soul. And it nourishes and nurtures. I get tongue-tied when I say those two words together. And it can be very beautiful and fruitful for you, for anybody around you.